Well, greetings to everybody, and welcome to Happily Married Monday with the Jollies. I'm Dr. Willie, and this is Dee. We want millions and millions and millions of people around the globe to join in because of your excitement. So, for those who are the first-timers, there are always some first-timers. We're the authors of the book, Make Love,
Make Money,
Make It Last, 10 Secrets for Shaping a Great Marriage. We've been married for going on 36 years, and haven't had an argument in 33 years, and we really do enjoy being with each other. And we've been in the house together by ourselves,
bumping into each other all day long.
For March, April, May, June, July, August.
9 months, 10 months.
Almost 10 months. And still loving each other. In fact, sweeter and sweeter every day. So, how do we get there, though? The first couple years.
That's the humor.
First couple years of our marriage was really not good. Oh, it was tough. It had its moments of good, but it was tough. And we had one moment we almost broke up. So, we learned from some wise mentors. How?
So we work through our challenges.
But how did we work through them? Without getting wise counsel, we would not have worked through them.
That's true. And because I'm just so easygoing.
Oh, God, help me, somebody. Help me, Lord.
I am just so easygoing.
Well, we got some, we got some wise counsel from wise mentors who taught us what to do, how to do it, and how to keep it going.
Well, not only did we have wise counsel, but we actually listened and tried what they said.
We did what they said do. That's right. David Robinson knows it's the Chinese food. That's right. And so we learned from wise mentors. We took those mentorship lessons.
Put them into practice.
And put them into practice. Now we put them in a book. And the book is available at jollymarriage.com for everybody who's joining us who does not have a copy. If you don't have a copy, shame on you. You need to get a copy. Now, if you're a first timer, you get a little break. But if y'all been joining us,
you got something free. Tell them what they got.
Oh, we get free. You get a free chapter from the book, absolutely free.
Which is, I think, the most important one.
I think it's the biggest chapter.
About communication.
Most important.
Because everything rises and falls on communication. Yeah. And communication is how you're interacting verbally and non-verbally with each other. Right. And I'll tell you one thing I'm working on.
What are you working on?
You might not be aware of.
What are you working on?
I'm working on attitudes. Because something just kept coming up about how you talk and communicate is really based upon what your attitude is.
Ah, okay. How about attitude?
We were talking about, in the Bible, they talk a lot about a contentious woman. You know, it's better to go to the rooftop than to be in a house with a contentious woman.
Better than the drip of a faucet is better than a contentious woman.
Right.
Yeah.
But you can have contentious men too. Right?
Yeah. There can be some drama kings as well as drama queens. Right. And so
I started just reading more about attitude.
Yes.
Because attitude affects the whole and really sets the culture of the household.
Yes.
Be it the man or the woman, the husband or the wife.
Oh my goodness! I thought we were on.
Oh, we weren't on?
You are now live. I'm so sorry, Instagram folks. Y'all missed my song. I thought
Maybe you'll do it near the end.
Maybe I'll do it again.
A little
later.
Summary at the end.
Hello, young lovers, wherever you are. That's all you're gonna get tonight. Okay. Next week, I'll give you the whole.
So I'm saying I'm doing research about attitude.
Okay.
And the different kinds of attitudes that affect our marriages. Okay. Because you can say, oh, that person has an ugly attitude, and I don't want to be bothered with him. But what if the person who is exhibiting those factors happens to be your mate? You can't just walk away.
That's right.
So how do we adjust, change, and turn that into a loving relationship?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a great thing to work on, and I would think that we would all want to work. I talked to somebody today and talked about the book of Proverbs. I read a proverb a day, every day. Let me say it again. I read one proverb per day, every day. Today is the 23rd of November, and I read the proverb number 23 today. I read one for every day. There's one for every day of the month. And
was it talked about the children and the father?
Well, yes, but more importantly, here's what
how father raises the children. Was that 22 or 23? Over the,
I don't. I'm focused on right now. Focused on favor. That when you get marry a woman, a good wife, is a blessing from the Lord, and He gives favor. He adds favor to it. The other thing is that in Proverbs it tells you to treat your wife with love and to drink from your own water barrel. What does that mean? That means you don't have to go looking around.
I know what you're going to say. You're going to talk about sex.
Hello, sex. You gotta go to the water barrel that God has given you, and drink often. Okay, drink often, brothers. Are you with me right here? Drink often. Hello, hallelujah. Anyway.
Yes.
All right. So we want to welcome everybody again. For all those, I'm sorry. I thought I'd hit the start. Hey, wave everybody over there over at Instagram. For those who don't know, we're now on two platforms. We're going to add more as we get more and more revenues. We're going to go on traditional TV at some point, and so you can see us every week on your television, your cable network. That's what we're working on.
All right. Anyway, so what are we talking about today?
Tonight we're talking about something very important. Thanksgiving.
We have so much.
We get so many questions.
For those of us who are still here.
Yes.
If you had COVID and you got over it, what a blessing.
Oh, by the way, let me make a point here. On Saturday mornings, every Saturday mornings, I do the Jolly Good News Report. And the Jolly Good News Report is on my Jolly Good News Facebook page. It's from 10 a.m. on Saturday mornings Eastern Time to 10:30. And I tell good news, nothing but good news. And when I tell you the weekly good news, I tell you about coronavirus. I started it as part of a response to coronavirus. But I don't talk about how many people got infected and how many people died. I only talk about how many people are home with their families. And
those that survived?
Yeah, and I get the ongoing statistic. It's a live statistic.
Wow.
And this week we are celebrating, here's the good news, 38 million people have had coronavirus and recovered. Hallelujah.
Wow. Right? We never hear that.
You never hear that on the news. That's why you got to tune in to Jolly Good News. I give you some good news every week, different. It's good news that I find and cultivate from all over the world.
So how do we continue to get good news as we prepare for the Thanksgiving holiday and people are traveling, even though the CDC and our good buddy, not that I know him personally, Dr. Fauci.
We like Dr. Fauci.
We like Dr. Fauci. Don't travel.
He said don't travel. So here's the dilemma. Here's the conundrum that we want to talk about tonight. We've had some people who have reached out who said, here's our problem. One of the spouses wants to go to Thanksgiving dinner with the family, wherever that may be, and one spouse is like, nope, I am not feeling that. Like this one. Now, this is not our situation, first of all. But this one ain't going nowhere, okay? I did
say 2024 was my year, but I'm going to revise that.
Okay.
I am willing to go out and embrace the world with a mask, 2022.
2022?
Yes, sir.
With a vaccine.
Yes.
You've had your vaccine.
And a mask.
And it's effective.
Yes, after you taken it. You be the test dummy.
Anyway, my wife, y'all know I'm still going some places, okay?
He goes some places.
I spoke at a funeral
and when he said he was speaking at a funeral, he's done several since the pandemic. And I said, oh, is it virtual?
And I said, no, not virtual.
My response was?
The first response was, are you going to be sleeping in the...
no, I said...
You said...
We're going to quarantine for 14 days.
14 days.
Those who've been with us for a while, we've been through that before.
We've been through that because last time I really did not know whether I was...
Mask every day, in the house, and we quarantined.
Yep.
I slept in another bedroom. I mean, he spoke at funerals back to back.
Yeah, 2 funerals, Friday and a Saturday. And one was a little dicey. It was inside a funeral home. There had to be 300 people in there. They were all young people. To shoulder
They were all young people. And I think that so if you can imagine now, as we talk about, this thing is airborne, and all these things all in the air, and there's more of them because there are more people and they don't have masks on. Oh my God! So that
one was a bit tight, and we ended up. She was in a different room for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So she asked, "Is this going to happen again?" I said, "No, this is just the immediate family, and everybody's at least."
And what did you promise me?
I told her I'd keep my mask on.
Annie was singing. I said, "Let me hear you practice singing with your mask."
Do it. Go ahead. Do it.
No,
go ahead. Do it. Show everybody how you tell me I'm gonna sing with how I sing.
Okay, let's get back to
when she imitates me, whether
I can do it better with just him.
When she imitates me,
I'm an introvert.
She's an introvert. Whether it's singing or my speaking. Tell her
no, because I spit all over the place. Stop. Come on. All right, here we go. Okay, so what do you do when you're not on the same page?
Yeah, what do you do then? So she wouldn't want me to go anywhere. Okay.
No.
But for Thanksgiving, let's say I wanted to go. Last year we went to Atlanta with the whole family. And I mean, it was about 50 people. It was fabulous. We had a fabulous Thanksgiving. We had a tent. And it was fabulous. My niece, Rashida Tulani, and her husband put it on.
It was a very elegant.
And all the family came. It was wonderful. Now, what happens if I said, I want to go to the cousin's house? There are only going to be 10 people there. And she was saying like, no, what do you do there? When that's not happening with us. Because we made the decision. We made the decision that we want to see Thanksgiving 2021 and 22. So we have made the decision early on that we were going to have Thanksgiving with me and her and the Zoom camera. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, so we've come up with some interesting ways that we can celebrate with our relatives and our loved ones.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we decided, for example, that our son, who doesn't live with us, we are going to exchange.
Yeah.
He's bringing the dessert, and I am sharing a meal. Well, giving him a care package that will be on the porch at a certain time, and he will bring the dessert and exchange that half of the dessert for the half for his meal. That's how we're actually doing it, and doing Zoom at different times. I talked to one of my cousins today who has an iPhone, and she FaceTimed me. This is the first time that we have FaceTime because she didn't have an iPhone. So now she got an iPhone and can FaceTime. And I'm like, okay, so what time are we going to say hello so we can see each other during Thanksgiving? So that's what we're doing. But for those who are not on the same page, how do you actually handle it? And I think it's more of an emotional difference as opposed to factual difference, because the facts really don't change. I think it's how you've interpreted it based upon your personal filter. Yeah. And I talked to a client today, remember I told you that, who had driven overnight to go to Massachusetts. Yeah. And I was like, oh, you going to Massachusetts for Thanksgiving? I said, who are you visiting? And she said, I'm visiting my husband's parents. I said, how many people? She said, oh, just the four of us, his parents and us. To myself, I did not say it out loud. I was like, so she's going there and going to kill them. That's how she thinks. You keep stuff inside. You don't say everything that comes to fore. So he's on the job. He's going to see his parents. They're elderly. They're elderly. Now, elderly is 60 and over is elderly, right? So, and I said, well, how are you masking and protecting yourself? So that's what came out, as opposed to, oh, you're going to Massachusetts and you're simply going to kill them. I didn't say that part. And she says, well, we showered, right? Yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, but this is an airborne disease. What does showering have to do with it? Not just you're going to spray bleach up your nose. Yeah. And I don't know if that's going to help.
You know, one of the things about my wife is that I was glad she didn't go in on the lady, because sometimes
I would not have. That's
but sometimes you don't have filters, or it's just with me.
I have no filter with you because you don't pay attention if I don't shock jock
No, but
you.
you shock jock me with stuff that you think about saying to other folks. I said, Lord have mercy. I'm glad she didn't say that to anybody else.
I get to practice on it.
So what are y'all saying? What are y'all saying?
What
Instagram? What are you doing? What would you do if your situation? Let me tell you, we're gonna give you some ideas. Dee,
Okay.
you know she always does research.
So first, not just us saying, well, maybe you should stay home. Dr. Fauci said, well, maybe you should stay home and hear the reasons why. But the CDC, in an article from the Washington Post from Thursday the 19th, says they recommend against any traveling and to stay home because the alarm bells are loud and clear. And that here's the bad news, that in the United States, we've surpassed over 250,000 deaths, right?
Yeah.
And it is directly caused by COVID-19.
Right.
All right.
Yep.
So we've had the highest single day. They did say it was Friday, but now it's been Saturday
Wow.
and it's been Sunday.
Every day is a new single.
So it's that the spread is becoming uncontrollable. And they know that if you wear your mask and distance and wash your hands.
Wow.
The challenge is when you eat, you have to remove your mask.
Yep. Yep.
What do you do?
What do you do?
And the other challenge is hospitals are filling up. So if you got sick, there's probably no place for you in a hospital.
So this is really could be a big dilemma, because what happens when here's really what we're talking about. When two spouses are diametrically going in different directions. And it could be on a number of issues.
But I think this is a life or death issue.
Yeah.
And it comes down to, okay, what if you are, I don't want to go anywhere. You know, I really am afraid of exposure to the air particles. I can't see it. And your spouse simply says, you know what, you're wrong. Okay, what if I'm wrong and don't go? I've still lived to breathe another day. What if I go with you and I get infected and die? There is not another day.
Right.
I know I'm dramatic.
Well, you know, you're right. David Robinson said what we've been saying on my radio show. If y'all have been listening to my daily radio show on Get Up Mornings with Erica Campbell, or you're on my newsletter, and I hope everybody has gone to winwithwillie.com, signed up for the newsletter, so you can get the free 1-minute messages. I send out video messages Monday through Friday just to encourage people, and it's getting a great response. But I said, you've got to decide, as my niece encouraged us, as we all were together last Thanksgiving. She says she's a surgeon and she's a doctor. She said, you just don't understand how taxed and overwhelmed we are at the hospital. She's at New York Presbyterian. She's the director of breast cancer surgery. She said, but it's impacting all of us. And you must make a decision. It's better to have a Zoom Thanksgiving than an ICU Christmas and a graveside service New Year. Wow. That's it.
Let's read some of these.
Yeah, let's read some of these.
It says a meal exchange is a nice idea.
Yeah, meal exchange, nice idea. Well, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, then I can see him and wave to him from the porch.
David said about the ICU and Christmas. And Linda Kazera said, try a pilgrim Thanksgiving. Eat outside and use the social distancing guidelines. Well, we up here in the cold. Right? It's going to be right now. Linda, you and I think you're a little southern than us. It's cold up here, and I'm not eating outside. And it's going to be raining on Thanksgiving.
It's supposed to rain Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it's supposed to rain on D.C. And so I love them from afar. You know, I just love them from afar. This Zoom is working for me. We have been on Zoom for birthday parties. We're
on Zoom every day.
We're on Zoom every day because we do our business through Zoom.
Several times a day.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we've gotten a comfort level, and we wanted to be able to talk to people while we're eating. Many of you might have joined us when we had our toast. One evening dinner and toast. Remember that we did for married couple? That's back in June or July.
That was last year. That was not this year.
No. It was in June. It was for our anniversary.
Was it this year?
Yeah. Oh. We haven't been doing this, but about a year.
Wait. Read this one.
Oh, Terrence Ephraim Gray Sr. said, my 80-year-old mother survived COVID, so I saw firsthand the devastation. We are still going to hospitals for therapy in her eye, for her eye, and she has had surgery and a surgical procedure since surviving it because she fainted and hit her head. In other words, he's saying this thing ain't no joke. Am I right about Terrence?
So
and
there are other effects, lingering effects.
What we looked at yesterday on 60 Minutes, and there was a piece about long haulers, the people who were in their 40s. Two of
young people, 30s
yeah,
and 40s,
30 and 40,
including a doctor who was 28.
Right, but the 30 and 40 were both long distance runners, and one was a professional physical trainer, and they both got it. And they said now we can't hardly walk, can't hardly run. It's had impact. It's done something on the inside. The initial illness left, but it left something behind for us to be dealing with. And that's what we want to say. We don't know all of the long-term impact and side effects of this illness. And so we just would rather you be wise. We will get through this. If you're going to, some of you know I did a music video that came out at the beginning of March. Right after I did this music video, We'll Get Through This, that just blew up, and I'm very grateful. We're making money on the stream. My son said, we're making money on the stream, Dad. So go to winwithwillie.com or YouTube for We'll Get Through This by me. But we will get through this. We will get through this, but we've got to work together here and be wise. Terrence said, it's been 4 months. She's been COVID-free, but I have to take her to the hospital about 3 times a week. Wow. Wow.
Thank you for sharing that. Because
Terrence.
I think that I am hearing, I haven't seen my family.
Right.
In months, since March. I just want to hug them. You hear them on the news. Well, why are you in the airport? In the line, less than 6 feet apart. I want to go see my mama. My mind immediately goes to, okay, so you're going to go see her and then go back and bury her. Because you are still, you're around all of these people that you don't know. You don't know who they've been in contact with. Now you go to your family's home, right? That's not your nuclear. You've been around all these people in the airport to get to your nuclear family, right? And what did you take to them other than your love?
Wow. This is tough though. So it is hard. And so what would we say to a married couple who was struggling with this? We would only give them our advice. And our advice, it comes from our book, and the book deals with the issues we've had to deal with over the years. And one of the things we've dealt with when we didn't agree, when we were diametrically opposed, but we literally talked through it with each other. And we came to a point where we could say, okay, we've got to make a stand together. And a lot of times, all of ours have had to deal with our kids.
And the blending of families.
Yeah, the blending of family. We know we got a blended family, and many people were waiting for her to write the book about blending families, which she has started.
I stopped.
Now, Terrence said it attacked her lungs because she was asthmatic, hit her head, lost sight in one eye. So Moses, thank you, Moses, for being such a great support, and Lynn Borley and all the others who come. The book of Proverbs is wisdom. We need to apply wisdom in this. November, December season of family, get together, weigh family or health of the family more so than just the feeling, that touchy feeling for the moment. I can love you from afar. I think if you were, I guess part of this is too, we learned to love our family from afar because we traveled for so many years. We would love them from Dubai. We'd call our family members from Dubai via WhatsApp, or we do a FaceTime with them. And we love on them from Dubai. Also, we love them from, let's see. We love them from, hold on, Instagram.
We would work at touching base to make sure we stayed in touch.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a matter of physically being able to see them, right?
Yeah.
But now the wonder of Zoom is that you have so many options, and you can get to see somebody's face up close and actually talk like one-on-one to them. Like,
thank God for technology.
Yes,
and that's
a blessing.
We want you to make and take the most of technology, even in your relationships. Our neighbors are both lieutenant colonels in the Army, and they have had one. She was in Afghanistan for 7 months last year, and that's how they communicated with her, with the husband and 3 kids. And now they're about to have to travel again, different places. But they've learned to embrace technology and embrace that in your relationship. There's going to be a moment in your time when you have to embrace these new technologies. So we want you to be wise, be focused on health, good health, staying
And what else
healthy.
can you do? You can, as we said, you can exchange, you can send letters.
Yeah.
Old-fashioned note writing is kind of out, but it's wonderful to get a note or something in the mail.
Yeah.
Or a little package in the mail.
Yeah.
Or to Zoom your Thanksgiving dinner in pieces. So you could have a toast in the beginning for the family that starts out early, right? Then you can move to a cousin who says we eat at 3 o'clock and have an opening or a salad with them. Then somebody else who starts at 4 o'clock, you can have a main toast. You can say, well, this is what I'm eating now.
Well, that's what we're going to be doing, because I got the Jollies who say, Jollies say 5:30. What time does that mean?
7.
7. But we got her family, we got my son, we got all of these family members who got different times, and we're going to just spend 10 or 15 minutes with each other.
So I am making a master calendar, because I think yours with Vivian is like, did she say 4 o'clock or 5:30
today.
7. So I am going to plan all the time.
You flew by that. 5:30 be 7.
So I'm going to plan the other, like, okay, so at 4:15 we'll do here. I'm going to touch base with my brother, what time, maybe, and just 15 minutes. Yeah. Because you don't want the dead air, just kind of staring at each other, looking
How
at
you
y'all
doing?
in your mouth.
How you doing? How you doing? Yeah.
So you don't have to do that. Just do 15 minutes to say, how y'all doing? You look good. And to have a toast. Yeah. A toast of whatever.
Yes.
The grape juice, the Pepsi Cola, which is one of my favorite drinks, right from my daddy. Pepsi Cola, I know.
Her daddy loved Pepsi Cola, and I am a Diet Pepsi guy. So look, our time is almost up. Want to wish y'all all a happy Thanksgiving, a wise Thanksgiving,
a safe Thanksgiving.
You got something to be thankful for. Absolutely. You're still here. Well, make sure that you're grateful for that, and then do something different this year. Call some people you haven't talked to. You've been
make your list.
Make a list.
And also have a prayer. I have a long prayer list.
Pray for people.
When I pray, yes.
Pray for them.
When I prayed, and I thought I have my prayer list on my phone.
Yep.
Go down your prayer list. Oh, I haven't talked to so and so.
I'm calling my relatives just to say hi. I'm going, and then the next day, on the day you usually go shopping.
Black Friday.
Black Friday. Be careful there.
Make it a green. We don't have to make it a Black Friday.
No, what could it be? You can ready to say something else.
I was going to say a Green Friday, because that would be gardening.
All right. Well, look. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about people, love on them, send them love, and thank God for them. And make sure you're kind.
Just call to say hello.
Just be kind. This is time to be kind and send lots of grateful thoughts to people. Look. We just wanted to have some time with you to encourage people. I did have a guy call me today, and he said, don't you think it's fear to tell people that they could die if they went to visit? I said, it could be, but you know what? Sometimes fear works. He said, but that doesn't mean they're going to listen. I said, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. But you can salt the oats. Salt the oats. And that's what we're trying to do in all our communication. Salt the oats. Amen. And hopefully you'll make the wise choice. We'll see you.
My goal is to not leave anything unsaid.
That's right.
I'm gone. I don't want, well, I wish I had said, or I wish I had to. No.
Nope. So we're going to love on folks. Happy Thanksgiving. Lots of love from Willie and Dee. Go to jollymarriage.com. I did have to make this announcement. We're a little over time. Last Saturday was supposed to be our virtual couples escape. Some of you have pre-registered. We apologize, but
we sent out a notice.
We hopefully got the notice. We had to postpone it for important reason. And I'm going to read it as we go out today, because a couple people sent me an email about it. Oh, there's your little light. Don't worry about it.
Don't make fun of my little light. Let's not go there.
Oh, that's not. Hold on. There your little light.
I got a little light.
There your little light. Hide that. Your little light there. All right. So, my friend Herman Thompson and Claudia Thompson, who we wrote about in the book, chapter 5, Herman died. And what a great man. Just a sweetheart of a man. Just a gentle spirit. Just such a nice man.
He did not die from COVID.
He did not die from COVID. He had dementia, and they knew it was coming. He was in hospice, and they called me and said, he wants you to sing God Is. Now, when I was growing up, Olympia would know this, and some of the other folks who went to Asbury. That was a song everybody knew me by, God Is. And he wanted that at his funeral. So I had to make a decision. It was the same time as our marriage seminar, and he and his wife are featured in the book, and I got to read this point and then let you go. Be considerate. If you want to stay happily married, you must learn to be considerate of your mate. You must think about your spouse as you think about yourself, said marriage veteran Herman Thompson. Herman and his wife, Claudia, have been married for almost 60 years. They shared a story with us about being considerate that happened when they were first married and has helped them to stay married. Herman said his mother was known as a great cook. All his siblings and many of his friends made it a practice to stop by in the evenings to taste her culinary creations. When Herman was newly married, he stopped by his mother's house after work to check on her one evening, and all his siblings and many of his friends were already there in great anticipation of his mother's dinner for the evening. When Herman pulled up a chair, his mother said, "No, you do not eat without your wife being here. You are married now, so you need to go home and see if your wife has cooked dinner. If she has, you eat what she cooked. If she has not cooked, then you bring her back here, and the two of you eat together. Now that you are married, you must think about her and her feelings as much as you think about you and your feelings." From that day on, Herman honored his mother's lesson and always thought of his wife as he thought about himself. He said that was one of the best lessons he learned to help him establish a successful marriage where he thought about his wife and they were considerate to each other for over 50 years. Mm-hmm. Folks, get the book. Learn the lessons from our mentors. That's why I postponed the seminar, because I wanted to be there to honor my friend, and we had a great ceremony. And so we'll reschedule it. Let me know. Here's what we want to know from y'all. Here's what I need to know from you. What day of the week would be best for you for a 3-hour seminar? What day of the week would be best for you for a 3-hour seminar? Send us an email, info@williejolly.com, info@williejolly.com, and let us know. We want to try and work it around your schedule before we reschedule it. All right, did that make sense? We thank y'all, love y'all, God bless you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Jolly out. God bless y'all. Bye-bye.